So good start for me. Wildcard appearance has started incredibly. Welcome to the post-race press conference here at the Petronas Grand Prix of Malaysia. And we have back on the top step, incredible race for you, Alex, in that very special livery as well for BK8 Gresini Racing MotoGP. Congratulations. And Pedro Acosta, after a stunning battle to get that second place, you have indeed for Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. And late entry, but a second podium of the season in a good run for Joan Mir from Honda HRC Castrol. The smile says it all. Congratulations. So Alex, we'll start with you. Before the weekend started maybe a little bit rougher than you would have wanted, but before the weekend, all of us probably had a little mark next to your name as one of the very likely top fast riders to beat this weekend. That was just pretty much perfect from turn one. How does it feel? Did it kind of go to plan?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's true that I did a mistake this weekend, you know, expecting the things too easy. And later on, when you start the weekend with a crash already in FP1, again a crash in the practice, and you know we passed on Q2 9th place and a little bit on the limit. So it was quite complicated. The conditions and especially the feeling with the bike changed quite a lot compared to February here. The tarmac, the condition from the track was really different. So yeah, step by step, you know, during the weekend we turned around the things in quite a good way. Yesterday, you know, I said already in the press, you know, I didn't ride free on the bike. You know, I was thinking too much and close that second place on the championship and not attacking Pecco in the moment that I should do it. So today the plan was clear. We improved a little bit the feeling on the warm up, and later on, you know, I was clever on the plan to attack Pedro in the first lap, Pecco in the second one, and then just try to manage the tire until the end. So it was nearly the perfect race, and yeah, really happy for that.
Did you have a moment in your head when you had planned to sort of pull the pin? Because there was one lap where you suddenly kind of went bye, and it was like 4 or 5 tenths almost, and those guys stayed on quite a similar pace in the mid 2 minutes. Was that the plan as well?
Yeah, that was the plan. I mean, that was the plan. To not exaggerate, you know, to not override on the rhythm, because later on you can pay off here with the rear tire. So I just try to be really, you know, really soft with the gas. You know, also front tire was difficult to control, many closing feeling, and yeah, it was difficult. But as I said, we managed in the perfect things, and we did the things in the correct way.
Well, congratulations. As you said, runner-up yesterday, best independent team for the team today as well. Great weekend for you. And Pedro, second place, very hard fought, not with anyone who's here after some late dramas for Pecco. Did you enjoy that battle? Did you have a plan going into it, or was it just full gas and see what we can make of it?
Well, we know that for us this tire management is quite tough, but yeah, it was more or less the same plan that yesterday. Make a good start, try to be as in the front as possible, and try to follow these guys. You know, it's true that Alex showed that he was having a little bit more pace than Pecco and me more in the beginning, but it's true that later I was able to more or less match his lap times, and well, I was dreaming in one stage to catch him, but it's true that was quite far already for this 3 to go. I say, okay, now it's the moment just to be safe. It's true that with Pecco it's always nice to battle, but yeah, it's a race that normally not, but today I enjoy.
Well, I was going to say, were you battling Pecco, trying to kind of with that mood of, can you leave me alone because I've got some pace here? Or what were you thinking in that battle? Because the two of you really gave it some, but he didn't actually gain that much of you in those early laps.
Yeah, well, it's true that we was losing a lot. When I overtake Pecco, I think 10-9, and he passed me back. Sorry, I was watching the race. But anyway, it's true that then I was suffering a bit with the front tire, and I was not really fast at all in the last sector because these Ducatis was accelerating a lot there, and I was losing a bit. But anyway, maybe we should be slightly more in front if I was able to be slightly more fast at the beginning. But anyway, for how hard was the race yesterday, I think we managed in the best way.
Well, congratulations on another podium. Great run at the moment. Antoine, heartbreak yesterday. Today, bouncing back. Second podium of the last few races. I can't see the Moto2 race, so I don't know what you're reacting to. Drama. But And on pace, again, okay, Pecco had a technical problem, but you were right up there in the fact you were making some real ground up as well. You must be super happy that it wasn't just Motegi, bit of magic, and then ciao, and you've really backed it up this weekend.
Yeah, well, yeah. First of all, was probably one of the hardest races in my life in terms of managing. It's true that we've been lucky with the problem of Pecco, but this type of luck you have when you are fighting for it, no? And I think that. Yeah, everything was tricky because when you follow somebody, the front temperature of the tire goes up, then you struggle to stop. You turn more with the rear, the tire consumption goes up, and then you don't arrive to the last part of the race with tires, no. And all the race was about that, thinking that all the time, trying to manage tires, pressures, and being fast, trying to be fast. The best position we could today was this one, because these two guys had something more today. Even that I had a bit of trouble in the first laps with more people, because I was slightly more on the back at the first part of the race. The comeback was good, but even without comeback, I didn't have the pace of them. So yeah. Red flag.
Okay, so compared to pre-season, Honda is a really notable step that you've taken. You've got those 2 podiums most recently. There's been other highlights of the season, but it's really that step. Alberto's talked to us about it voluntarily and said, yeah, it feels like it's going in a really positive direction. What do you feel today compared to when you tested here in pre-season? What's the biggest difference? And did you expect that when you started the weekend?
Well, I expected a better weekend than in Australia, because Australia is always a special track on the calendar. So I expect to have not probably the same potential as in Motegi, but similar one as in Mandalika. That if without the crash, I think I would be also able to fight for that podium. So at the end. The bike now is in terms of setup, we found something that allowed me to ride in a better way. I can attack more the front, I can turn more the bike going into the corners, but it's true that we have some limitation on that, because then in terms of grip we always struggle, and in tracks with low grip is difficult, becomes difficult. So we are a bit on that, to try to improve that for the next year, to have a competitive package, not everywhere, you know. So, but we have to be super happy with all the work that we've done from last year. Well, the 3 years that I've been in Honda is not something about short term. It's about a work of long term, giving information to engineers, working together, trying to build up a competitive package, and now we have to enjoy the moment.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You should enjoy the moment. And that's it from me. Have we got any questions from the floor?
Yes. A question to all 3 riders. So this race was all about nursing the soft rear tire. And as far as I understood from Michelin, the big gap between the medium and the soft one was because at the beginning of the week it was colder than usual and the track had little grip. Now it was very hot. Would it not have been worth a risk to use the medium, or was it simply that you had too little data for it?
No, the medium was even worse for pace and also for wear. So it was really strange. I mean, this track always the soft was quite clear that is the race tire. This year is drop that we have. This year is true that we have a bigger drop, but especially that with the medium even is worse. So this is the problem. You are 1 second and 1.5 seconds slower in the beginning and in the end also. So there was no way to put the medium, and for that reason we put the soft and we just try to manage from the beginning to the end.
For me, it was more or less like he said, super tough to manage when a tire is just spinning. For this, it's better to manage something that have grip than don't have it from the beginning.
Yeah. I think they explained very well what was a bit the reality on this track, no? The medium I tried the medium 3 times this weekend. I give again an opportunity this morning, and for our bike was not well. I think for everyone was not working, so we could not give a chance to that medium rear for this race.
Question for you, Alex. You had a very nice first half of championship. Then during the summer, it was more difficult for different reasons. And then now you get back stronger. How difficult is it to be regular all the season when you have 20 and now this year 22 races?
I mean, it's quite difficult. It's true that in the mid part of the season, we lose a little bit the way there, especially after the crash in Assen, you know, that I get injured later on, you know, you start to not ride in the way that you need to ride for pain on the handle, or on the hand, or you know, or some part of the body, and you are not forcing or riding the bike in the way that you need to help the bike to turn, to pick up, and all that. So in that moment, we lose a little bit the way. We did a step back, and you know, we say, okay, we are going in a direction that is not the correct one. We did a step back, and from that part, you know, we were able to suffer a little bit in some track like Japan. But when you are suffering and you are P6, it's already a step forward, you know. So it's what we need. We also, you know, the nerves there, you know, to the pressure, to playing for the second, you know, always it's not easy to manage. But in the end, you know, now that we are free, we need to manage in a better way to enjoy these last 2 races that we have.
Neil Morrison, I have a question for all 3 riders. First, Alex, how does the achievement of finishing second in the championship behind Mark compare to winning the Moto3 championship or the Moto2 championship? Do you rate it on a similar level or even higher, perhaps?
No, it's similar. I mean, similar because it's a second place, but it's not a normal second place for me. You know, my way on MotoGP was not easy. You know, from the beginning. You know, I started in 2020 in a really good way with 2 podiums, being rookie in Repsol Honda, but later on, you know, moved to LCR. I suffered there 2 years. I was nearly at home in 23, and you know, just a piece of luck or something like that. I had the opportunity in Gresini, so for that reason, really, really special. And you know, yeah, I'm second. I'm the first of the losers. I would say like this, but the winner is my brother, so it's a different way, you know, different feeling. So you know, it was a perfect thing, and you know, it's special from the way that we are coming, from the place that we are coming. For that reason, it's a really good second place.
Okay, thank you. Pedro, how did you and KTM improve the tyre life? Because that's obviously been a big problem for you in the last couple of races, but looked like you were able to manage it a little bit better in today's feature race.
No, for sure will not be something that I want to use in the next races. But well, at the end, we know that it's quite clear our problem issue that also we try something that we normally always try, and was not working again. And I said to the boys, look, we cannot be worse than that for this. Let's go completely in the other direction, and if we fuck up, it's my fault, you know, for this. I think we make a good job, difficult to battle for the victory, but we was much closer than what we expect for this. Quite happy.
Okay, thank you. And Joan, after the summer break, when we saw you fighting for top 6s, you said you thought you could fight for the podium before the end of the year, and it's a true prediction. When can you fight for the win with Honda, do you think? Realistically?
That I don't know, Neil, but yeah, we have to, first of all, to start running, we have to walk, first of all, no? And it's important that we consolidate a little bit these podium places, because now I feel like or we finish on the podium or we finish on the ground, and this is not possible. We have to improve that, because try to work a bit more on the bike, try to make it a little bit more stable, try to, improve slightly more the grip. This will make a bike slightly easier to ride, and with a bike that you don't have to push like 150% all the laps, because it's so easy to make a mistake. And this is something that we need to improve. It's hard to improve that, because every time you reach the better level, is more difficult to improve. We could see on the past this thing, no? And so improve the package, the actual package will be difficult, but I think that we have margin. And the engineers, I mean, they are very good, and I trust a lot on that, and the effort that they are making to you know, to be back on top as soon as possible. But you know, first of all, before winning, I would like to be more constantly in these places.
Yeah, Adam Wheeler, 2 questions. Alex, what's the secret of Sepang? I mean, why do you always seem to have such a good feeling here and make good times? And Pedro, I think if you take one more podium, it'll be the same quantity as last year. So considering how tricky 2025 has been, would it feel like a successful season?
What happens, Sepang? I mean, I don't know. I think it's like a track that you need to have a really good flow, but especially here the grip level and you know, the grip that you need to have with your bike need to be quite high. So in the tracks that the grip level is quite high, we suffer a lot, broken. We suffer a lot, you know, the front pushing and all that. So in that track that is no grip, switch a lot for our bike and my style. So this is the reason why in Sepang we are always quite fast.
Even with less podiums, I have more points than last year. For this, looks like I'm more constant, even more from the summer break to here. We don't lose a lot of points, let's say, or we don't lose a lot of opportunities. Okay, was not easy to accept the crash in. Was not nice to crash in Hungary race in the sprint. Was not nice to lose the chain in Misano, and was not nice to destroy the tires in Japan. But not a nice season anyway. In my opinion, we don't compete for nothing for this. It's not my target here, but it's true that I'm finding many things that before I was missing, like this constancy and this understanding of what a MotoGP means in the completely package for this. I think this is important also. Sooner or later, I mean, everyone here in MotoGP have tough years. I remember Joan in Moto2 or Alex even in LCR, like he say. For this, everyone needs this hard moment to become one step better.
Hi. Question for Joan. How impressed are you with Honda's new engine? Because we saw you overtaking Fermin's Ducati on the start-finish straight.
Well, we don't have a new engine, so this is the reality. It's true that the bike of Alleghe is not the fastest Ducati, and well, in the first laps, I think, well, in the past it's true that we just dreamed to follow, and now we are able to have a chance. But yeah, we are just improving, and yeah, to overtake one Ducati in the straight makes me proud.
Okay, I think that's all the questions in perfect time for those who want to see lights out for Moto2. Congratulations all of you, see you in Portugal.